Well, what do you
Uh,
think went well? What do you think went well for you
I
guys?
mean, good. Everything on almost everything on the offensive side. I've got a couple things that I want to point out when we get to what went wrong, but almost everything went right on the offensive side. You've got D Hop is now solidified as a Kansas City Chief. He almost cries at the end of the game after winning 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
hasn't
good for
happened in his
him.
career very
Yeah.
many times. And like he's there. You got Travis Kelsey getting the most receptions by a tight end in his career, or most receptions in his career in a game. Not most by a tight end in a game, but most in his career in a game with 14. He's now moving forward, having a great season after a first couple week dip, kind of like last year. And Kareem Hunt getting more than 20 carries, 100 yards on the ground, getting himself in the end zone to win the game there. I mean, you could not have asked more from this offensive side, and no turnovers from Pat. Like offensively,
Yeah, that's a big
best game
one.
we've seen
That's
this
huge.
season.
Yeah.
Best game we've seen this season. And there were still some things on the bad side that I definitely want to talk about, but I could not have asked for more.
Hmm.
I think whenever you have Justin Watson catching passes for Patrick Mahomes, there's not much that can be going wrong with the offense in general. Once Justin Watson gets open, you know Pat's going to find him. He missed him on the one deep shot to him, but he got him whenever it really mattered. And if he's catching balls for us, watch out. Well, that's all I got to say is watch out for
Yeah.
Justin Watson.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing about this game, and I kind of want to like, I don't really like, there are kind of moral victories that I know they're not like the best to take, but I think if you're the Tampa Bay defense, like you're proud of yourself for how you were able to, for the most part, to kind of control that game and to not let it get out of hand. I mean, you know, the Chiefs are probably going to get theirs, but if we can delay them getting theirs long enough, that might give our team enough time to possibly get close enough to where we can give ourselves a chance to win. And I think that's what the defense did. I think they gave their offense a chance to win the game for them. Obviously down at the very end of the game, but I think throughout the game as well. And I think again, like you're just proud. You're proud as a defense, in my opinion. Like again, didn't win the game. It sucks, but it's a stepping stone for a 4-5 team. Like that's a stepping stone. That's a stepping stone,
With
I
a
think.
with
And
a
so,
defense that hasn't been that great, and looking
no,
back on the game, where they really truly where the Bucks really truly messed up and where the Chiefs were able to capitalize, and it happened the entire game. I was sitting here by myself just yelling at the TV screen for the Tampa Bay Bucks defense. I don't know why, I just was, but and you saw it, right? Because every single pass that was completed by Patrick Mahomes was in that 6 to 8 yard range. I mean,
well, oh
everything
God,
was
yeah.
in the middle. It was a soft underbelly. The entire, just the mid range was just open all day, and he was slicing and dicing. Patrick Mahomes was 99% on third down
Hmm.
conversions. It was insane. There
Well,
was at one point he was 11 for 11, but you look back and you see where was every single pass going to Justin Watson, to Travis Kelsey, to DeAndre Hopkins, to like you name it, whoever he was thrown
hmm.
to out there, it was all between that
Mainly just those
six,
three guys.
mainly those three.
Yeah.
McCole got a little involved, but in that 6 to 8 yard range,
Noah Gray
right?
didn't get anything. Noah
He
Gray,
didn't.
he didn't get Jack Diddley, bud. He didn't
It
get Jack
was
Diddley.
open 6 to 8
Yeah.
yards, middle, outside. It didn't matter, and you could see it in the defensive alignment from the Tampa Bay Bucks, where almost the entire game. If you were lining up on the Chiefs side, right hand side, right behind the corner, right under the safety, the outside linebacker is too far in, and that spot was open all night, and that's where Pat threw it for a majority of the night. Right there in the right
Well, I
hand
think
side between 6 and 8 yards. It was open all game. And when he started attacking there, the middle or the left started opening. And it was just all game.
I got two things here. Two things. One, I think the Bucks made it a choice. They were like, "All right, we are not going to let who's your rookie? The gadget,
Xavier, Xavier
the
Worthy.
speed Worthy. We're not going to let Worthy or Hopkins beat us deep. So if you make that conscious decision, you're going to leave like what you said, you're going to leave like that second window from the outside wide fucking open for Travis Kelsey to catch 14 passes. And I think too, you mentioned it, their third down conversion rate. Bill Belichick says a lot when he talks about this Chiefs team. You can't let Patrick Mahomes beat you. Like you have to win early against Patrick Mahomes, so he can't do his thing against you on third down. Because if you get Patrick Mahomes in that situation, that's when he's kind of like most dangerous. So he's like win early and win often. He says a lot, but like I think what the Chiefs did very well is they didn't have to rely on winning a lot on third down, like hard third downs, because the middle was so open. They were getting those, chunk, like 6, 7 yards on first and second down, setting them up for, third and 4, third and 5, third and 3. Those are very, very high percentage third down areas. That's where you want to be on third down, and it makes life harder, obviously, when you're farther from that first down marker on third down. But yeah, I mean, I think they just made a conscious decision, like we're not going to let you beat us deep, and we think our box can defend the run, and we don't need to bring extra into the box. So, which they probably could have. I don't know. Kareem Hunt had like 30 carries though. He had a lot of carries for what, 130 yards.
20.
I thought he
I
had it. I
looked
thought it. I
before the
thought at
game
one point
ended.
they said he had 27, and he definitely
I
had. I thought he had three more
Oh,
runs after that at least.
I don't think he got over too high over 20. It felt like we didn't run the ball very much in the first half, at least.
We did
We
not. He ended with 27 carries, 106 yards.
27. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say towards the end of the game, it was towards end of regulation. He had
Yeah.
21, and then they just ran it with him the entirety of the
Hmm.
overtime, and he could
Hmm.
not be stopped. It was
Yeah.
disgusting. But I do want to talk a little bit here about obviously we talked about third down conversions, what Patrick Mahomes was able to do the entirety of the game. Let's talk a little bit about DeAndre Hopkins and what he was able to do in this game because he had 6 receptions in the first half. We haven't had a receiver who could do that outside of Travis Kelce for a long time. The last one was Tyreek Hill, and most of those were deep shots. Patrick Mahomes has not had a receiver who can run routes and catch balls the way that DeAndre Hopkins did in that game. We're mainly just number one, take a look at the deep shot 35 yards down the field, triple covered, and was able to just haul in a
That
tiny
was
little
nasty.
blooper right over. I mean,
I mean, that's
as
DeAndre
good as
Hopkins at the end of
As
the day.
good
Like
as
that's all
Tyreek
he
Hill
is.
is,
That's
he's never able to run that route. He's never able to make that catch. DeAndre Hopkins is that good, but I can did anybody still think that he was that good?
I did. Are you
yeah. Like
serious?
what the who the
I've
like?
been
Yeah.
that
Are you
excited
fucking
for him. Come
nuts? Are you
on.
not watching football? Do you not know who this man is?
He played with Billy Jeans. It's not like he had a whole lot to work with.
That's not his fuck. Yeah, that's not his fucking
I
fault.
know.
Like,
I'm
why
giving.
why do people think he's washed? I don't want to. I want to know who the hell said that. Nick Wright probably fucking said that. Uh,
I think Tybo said that.
did Tybo say that?
Yeah, Tybo.
He's not. He wasn't
Tybo.
the biggest fan.
Tybo wasn't. I
Wow.
wasn't the biggest fan, just specifically because of the money for the age. It didn't make sense for what we wanted last year as a free agent. But Tybo and a lot of other people did not want him and thought he was washed.
Wild, wild, wild. I think what you have on your hands here in Kansas City and for Patrick Mahomes' first time is a real surgeon. You know, this guy can run each route surgically to a T. He is essentially a highlight reel or a how-to video to run every single route properly at every single height and where you need to be, how to read if it's man or zone or whatever it is, like he is a surgeon.
Well, did you see
Um,
his tweet today?
no, I did not.
He tweeted out a picture of Tom Brady and Randy Moss. But dot dot dot. So exciting things loading.
Hey, hey, it's
He's
coming.
trying to
They
call
were
it now.
undefeated in the Super Bowl, and
Yeah,
then
I don't
they
On a
know. I don't
weren't.
run
know.
to the Super Bowl and then they lost. I want to point out. I want to point out another one though, because it wasn't just the deep 35 yard pass. It was also his touchdown on the slant route, where then he started dancing afterwards. Right, that slant route that he had outside
Crisp,
coming in back
crisp.
of the end zone, wide open. Again, there's not another receiver that Patrick Mahomes has played with that can run that route, let alone catch that pass. Juju might be able to run that route.
I don't know. I feel like
Might
Tyreek
be.
Hill can run a fucking slant. Like, come on, man. It's
the
just
the
different.
way
Tyreek
the
Hill's going to
way it
get
was
past you right
run,
at the line, But D Hop is so big, it just doesn't matter. Like his arms are so long and his
The
hands are
way
the
that it was
size of my
run,
laptop.
the way that he was able to get as open as he was in the middle of the field. Again, we watched Tyreek Hill play here for many years. He did not ever do that. It was deep targets.
Well,
It was I
Dude, I don't
don't
on
think
that
think
on that
you're
same
like
play
really
though,
not talking very nicely about Tyreek Hill right now.
on that
And
I
again,
same
to the
like
play
left of you,
though,
Tyreek, but
but I
he's
think
not
you I
doing it.
don't I think you're kind of like downplaying how good Tyreek Hill
he's
I
was
think
and
I'm
downplaying
can
I
big
think
be.
I'm
time.
up. I'm not saying that he's bad. I think I'm upping D Hop and how
Oh,
good he is in the type of routes that he
how
can
good
run
he
and
is.
now
They're both
brings to
like
the
one
table.
of the top receivers in the league, dude. Like what are we talking here?
Hey,
This is 1A, 1B type shit we're talking here. Mr. 1A,
not a
1B.
You got to remember, Travis Kelce and Diop were lined up on the same side for that play. Safety had to choose between Travis or Diop. What are you going to do there? It was a
It's the,
lose-lose no matter what.
it's the
Diop
fucking
just ended up being
NFL.
wide
call for
open.
help.
Yeah.
Call for help.
Yeah,
That's
I
what you
know.
got to
There's
do.
no help for that.
But that's the thing. Like the best teams in the league have that though, for the most part, right? You got D Hop and Kelsey. You got Hawkinson and Amon. What? No, no. Who's the guy in
Oh,
Detroit?
JJ
Who's the
you got
Hawkinson,
Sam Laporta and Amon Ra,
Laporta and Amon Ra? Hawkinson is in
Minnesota.
Minnesota,
Minnesota with fucking JJ, and then you got, I mean, San Francisco if they're healthy, Kittle and
Debo.
Ayuk and all that stuff, or Debo. Like that list is whatever. But like, I mean, hell, even Seattle, if the run game is rolling, you got Goddard and then Brown if he's healthy, or Smith if he's healthy, because that's a revolving door of fucking injuries at this point. Um, but I digress. That's a very, very good combo to have. With something like, making, like you said, making a safety have to decide between an all pro or an all pro. But that's what makes a good team a good team. That's like, fuck. Like, this is not going to end well. Make a decision and make it right.